Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to the Do It Right Tech channel where I take you through everything tech. And in today's video, I'm excited to be showing you some hidden Samsung features you didn't know existed. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into the video. But don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit that post notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. Let's try to get this video to 100 likes. The algorithm is going to push the video forward and you're going to be encouraging me to keep producing videos like this for us. So let's go. The first one is an ability to increase or make your sound immersively enjoying. Now let me show you how to do that. Now on your Samsung phone, you can swipe down and come into settings, then you scroll down till you get to sounds and vibrations. Tap on that, scroll down again, and then you get sound quality and effects. You're going to select that, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. You have to toggle on Dolby Atmos because Dolby Atmos is giving your audio a fuller sound profile, and all you have to do is tap on this and then toggle that on. Now here I have it set on auto, but if you're a person who likes watching movies, my advice is that you toggle that on for movies. And then if you like listening to music, you can set it for that, because these have been biased in a way that they favor the selections that have been made there. So you can just select it and then you're going to enjoy the features, the sound that comes out of it. In the same section, you can normalize all sounds so that you don't have your sound profiles having too wavy a format, allowing high sounds to enter your ears. Normalization basically keeps audio in a certain range. That means it doesn't sound too loud, neither does it sound too low in any setting that you have it. Now also here you can work on your equalizer. If you want your equalizer to look just like this, fine. For me, I would always choose dynamic to have a very dynamic sound profile. Next, you can come here into adapt sound and then choose the range that you fall into. If you're 30 to 60 years, you can select that. Now with all these, they've been tuned in a way that they kind of help, but if you want a personal profile, you can always hit that, and then you're going to go through a whole process of setting up how you hear the sounds. Basically, it's going to just be playing some different frequencies, and based on that, it's going to tweak the sound profile to match how you hear stuff. And I think it's very important on this side. All right, moving on. So the next thing is going to be still simple application feature on your phone that is known as Bixby Vision. Now Bixby Vision does a lot of things that we are not using, and I'm going to be showing you here. So I tap onto camera, and then here I can swipe all the way to the back here until I get to more. Then we can see this eye icon here. We can tap on that, and that's Bixby Vision. Now once you're in Bixby Vision, come to the top right corner here and tap on these three dots, tap on settings, and you're greeted with this. These are all the features that Bixby Vision can do. Some of the features we have here are color detector, text reader, object identifier, scene describer, discover, text, and even translate. Now let me show you how these ones work. Once you've toggled these on, you're going to come back here. Then once you're in here, you can select whichever one you want to use up here. For example, I'm going to select here and say whatever thing I see there, I want to translate it into, in this example, Dutch. Okay. Now, so here we take this for example, and then we put this over it. Immediately we're having it changed to Dutch for us, like that. When we open the book, for example, here, we can just show it to the book, inside the book, and then we can have it changed to Dutch. So we can see it there, it changed to Dutch, or we can take a photo. And once we've taken the photo, everything inside there is going to be changed to Dutch for us, like you can see here. All right, so you have a translator inside there. So when we're done, we also have the text feature here, where we can put any text here in front of it, like that. And then we can take the photo of the text, and then it's just going to see the text, and you can select the text and then do whatever you want to do with the text, like copy, paste, and all that. We can come to discover and then put something in front of it like this, and then also in that we're going to take a photo. It's going to look at it and help you find that very same item. And like you can see here, now besides that, also we can see in the scene describer, we can point it to any scene, like we have a scene here, and take a photo of the scene, and then
analyzing scene.
It's going to analyze the scene.
A device on a table.
So that's what it sees. It sees a device on a table. I'm going to take another one.
Analyzing scene. A table with a plant in a box.
All right, so there we have the scene analyzer. So also if we come to object identifier, here it's going to just be looking at items. When I put this there,
book.
It can call it a book.
Book. Mouse. Document.
So it's going to see several things and try to help you identify what those things are. then we can get the text reader where it's going to try to read text for you. Like that. You take a photo of whatever it is.
A man in view, all hues in his control.
And then it's going to read it out to you. And then color detection, once you point to any
Magenta,
color, it's going to mention
white,
the name of that color.
silver, dark pink, magenta, carrot orange, dark pink.
Alright, so there we have it. Some of the features on the Bixby Vision application that we have all stopped using that we can actually use. Moving on. Now, sitting inside our Wi-Fi settings is or are features that you're missing out on. Alright, so here inside connections, we can always come and select Wi-Fi. Then we come to the top right corner, select that and select Wi-Fi intelligence. Now, once you're in here, you can tap on your Wi-Fi intelligence a couple of times and you're going to be greeted with the connectivity labs, which is where everything is. So you're going to tap on connectivity labs and you're greeted with this whole space where you're able to know the time you spend on each Wi-Fi, the usage of your Wi-Fi in totality. When you come down, you're going to see the bands that you're often using, whether it's 2.5G or 5G. When it comes to the standard of Wi-Fi that you're using also, is it Wi-Fi 4, Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 7, whichever one it is you're using. With here, you're also able to identify unsecured Wi-Fis that you could use or unused ones that you've passed by. Then when you come down, a very important feature here is the home Wi-Fi inspection. Now this one allows you to inspect the strength of your Wi-Fi depending on the location you are in your house. And to do that, you tap on Wi-Fi, hit on start and select the Wi-Fi that you are using currently or the Wi-Fi that you want to know the strength of. Here I'm going to select one Wi-Fi I'm not using and one that I'm using, and I'm going to hit on next. Now it's going to be looking at the distance you are away from your Wi-Fi. So we're going to hit on next and then next. And here we can see several Wi-Fi links like you see them here. Here for the Dalma one, we can see for the pink one, we can see it at the base here because again, I'm not connected to it. It's almost dead, nothing. And then here we can see several bands of this very Wi-Fi, the 5G band, -47. You want to keep it above -70 to show the great strength. So here we have all the Wi-Fi's, the green, the grayish one and blue one. So green, grayish and blue, these three, that's the 5G, 2.5G and the other 5G are all above 70. And then we have 2.5G and 5G variants are also below. There's some 2.5G and 5G variants that are acting below it. Basically you can see there. Now as you move your phone closer or away from the Wi-Fi router, it's going to be increasing or decreasing these numbers. You want to stay above -70. So wherever the location is, you're able to know from here. All right. So after that, we can hit on done and exit from here. Also sitting inside here is your ability to come here to Wi-Fi developer options. When you tap on this, you can check nearby Wi-Fi's and see the strengths of the Wi-Fi's. Again, I told you that the RSSI, when it's above 70, is showing that Wi-Fi is not that strong. So we can see less strong Wi-Fi's around here and the bands that those ones are on. We can see some also here, and the one that is strongest is the one I'm currently connected to, again because I'm closest to it. All right, so there you have it. You're able to know more about the Wi-Fi's that are within your surrounding, the ones that are secure, the ones that are not, and also you're able to check the connectivity of your Wi-Fi in your home. If you didn't know this feature, I'm glad I've been able to show you. Moving on, mute when I select this and I mute it completely, or I swipe down and I select mute completely like this, sitting inside settings here, and the sounds and vibrations is here a temporary mute. So currently it's muted, but if I want to set a temporary mute, maybe I'm in a meeting and there's a reason I'm muting it, but I don't want to leave the meeting and forget to unmute my phone, I can just toggle this one on and set it for how long the meeting is going to take. If it's an hour, right after that hour, it's going to change from mute now straight to vibration mode. Okay, so this is one feature also you can use in your Samsung phone that you're not using. If you don't want to set to any of these times, you can always customize it and set it. For example, I'm going to set it for the next 1 minute only, and then let's watch this. Up here we have it as that, so we're going to set a timer quickly on my watch. I'm sure we have about a bit above 30 seconds left, so after 30 seconds we'll be expecting it. So we're going to swipe down so that we see it in action. We're going to look here. All right, so let's look here. All right, so there we have the switch. You can set the timer that you want for your mute feature. And there you have it. If you didn't know this, I'm glad you know it now. Moving on. So next, we're going to be looking at some features inside our advanced features that we are not using. So here, we're going to come into settings, tap on settings, scroll all the way down until we reach advanced features. And here, we're just going to be limiting ourselves to motion and gestures. Inside here, you can toggle this on so that whenever you lift up your phone, immediately the screen is going to turn on. Now, when it comes to these two features, if you don't want to use the power button to turn on and off your screen, you can just toggle this one. That's double tap to turn screen on, so that when your screen is off, you just double tap the screen at any point in time and your screen is going to come on. I'm going to illustrate. So screen is off, double tap, and then the screen is on. Then I proceed to tap on my fingerprint and then I'm there. Or this feature, double tap to turn screen off. Once I am on the home screen, I double tap anywhere on the screen and my screen is off, double tap back and it's on, and then I hold on to this and I'm out. So toggling these two features on are game changers. Now, toggling this feature on would allow your phone vibrate to let you know that in your absence away from the phone, you received a message or a phone call. That's going to vibrate so that you know. Then the next feature, we can look at mute with gestures. With this one, if you're having a phone call, you're having an alarm, you can just take your phone and flip it face down and immediately the call or alarm is going to silence. Same would apply to you just putting your hand over the sensor in front and it's also going to silence. Our next one is the palm swipe to capture feature. If you're not using this, it's no wrong, but basically that's what allows you to swipe your palm on the screen this way and it takes a screenshot. Many people have been using it. If you didn't know how to do it, well, this is where that gets done. So there we have it, some hidden Samsung features you didn't know existed. If you knew they existed, I'm glad you did, and you can let us know more of what you know in the comment section so that I can expand on them so all of us can be up to speed. Thank you all for watching, but don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit the post notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. So I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.